What's going on, y'all? It's your boy No Cutter, and I'm back again with another one. I need you guys to do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon for more videos like this. That being said, let's get into it. So, according to the former trainer of Gennady Golovkin, Abel Sanchez, he's saying Terence Crawford needs a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez. You know, he's been on the end of decisions he didn't like. You understand what I'm saying? He's been on the end of decisions he didn't like. When he was training Gennady Golovkin, everybody believed Gennady Golovkin won the first Canelo Alvarez fight. Everybody believed Gennady Golovkin won the second Canelo Alvarez fight. Only the third fight everybody thought was a lot closer. But the first two fights, a lot of people seem to believe that those fights went to Gennady Golovkin, but because Canelo Alvarez was viewed as the cash cow, he got the nod on both fights. Or was the first fight, was it a draw? I forgot what happened. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a minute. The first fight might have been a draw, or Canelo took the fight. It was either a draw. I think Canelo won the first fight. I think he did. One of them fights was a draw. It might have been it had to be the first fight, a draw. But anyway, Canelo, they thought GGG won the first two fights. It is what it is. Moving forward, Gennady Golovkin trainer Abel Sanchez, he talked about the fight. You know, he said, you know, we joke a lot, like situations like this. It's the same with Gervonta Davis, because Gervonta Davis has, you know, boxing is a ridiculous sport. You know, the money guy, the cash cow, boxing isn't fair. It's all about the money guy, whoever makes the money. That's where the judges are gonna favor, because some of these fights, these scorecards are already pre-made. They pre-made these scorecards, right? And that's why some people be like, you're gonna need a knockout to get a draw. I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but that's just the way it is. People be like, you need a knockout to get a draw, because some guys are such big favorite. If they lose, it's bad for business. When these guys fight, a lot of sanctioning bodies, they make money. You know, boxing is business first. People gotta understand. They don't like when the A side loses. When the A side loses, especially for the casinos too, the casinos don't like that. Especially when a guy is a huge favorite. That's why they try to make some of these odds real close, so they don't lose too much money. But especially when the odds are wide, the odds are big, they don't want the house fighter to lose, or the cash cow, the guy that puts a lot of money in the sanctioning bodies' pockets, the belts. Because when a guy's making like $30-40 million a fight, these organizations are making bread when they show up. They're making cheese, a lot of cheese, because these events, they generate so much merchandise can be sold at these huge events. So they want to continue. They want that guy to keep that hype, keep winning, continue to do what he's been doing, because once that guy loses, they know his value is going to drop. Not as much people is going to show up like they're supposed to. So when a guy like Abel Sanchez says Terence Crawford needs a knockout to beat Canelo, he has every right to say that. He's experienced that with Triple G. You know, Triple G was on the come up, but he still was a foreigner that had never fought anybody to garner the attention that he was somewhat getting. You know, he never fought a Mayweather. He never fought a Shane Mosley. You know, Canelo's a foreigner too, but Canelo fought the big names. Even though they were at the end of their career, Canelo still fought them. GGG, on the other hand, he had a mediocre career. The only big names he's fought was Canelo Alvarez, Danny Jacobs, maybe Lemieux. Who did he fight? He fought a bunch of nobodies. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody knew who GGG was fighting. Dominating the middleweight division, had 21 knockouts. Dominating the middleweight division over who, bro? Nobody knew who GGG was fighting. Nobody knew. Literally, nobody knew. He fought a bunch of nobodies. Like Bobby Earl said, the guy had a mediocre career. Similar. Yeah, he had a mediocre career. He hasn't fought anybody we know, bro. Except for Jacobs and Lemieux. But what has Lemieux accomplished in boxing? Danny Jacobs. What did Danny Jacobs really accomplish? He didn't fight the big names of the sport. No pound for pound talent except Canelo. You know, he stayed at middleweight his whole career. Refused to challenge himself. But this is not a video. I don't want to shit on GGG. I'm just saying something that would just been on my mind sometimes. They give GGG too much grace, too much praise. But anyway, moving forward, Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. Do I believe Bud Crawford needs a knockout to beat Canelo Alvarez? Absolutely not. Yeah, I'm going to tell you why. Turkey Al-Sheikh. Who was Turkey Al-Sheikh guy? That's Bud Crawford. That's not Canelo Alvarez. Turkey Al-Sheikh is Al Heyman to Floyd Mayweather for Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford got his dream fight, and that was Canelo Alvarez. This is the fight to solidify his career. Why would Turkey Al-Sheikh take that from him? Let these judges go in there and rob this man just because Canelo is a bigger name. If Bud Crawford wins, whether via knockout or decision, he's going to get full credit, whether you guys like it or not. That's Turkey Al-Sheikh.